Hey everybody, it's Nate from explorist.life. I teach people how to build DIY campers, and in this video, I'm going to teach you what size of wire you need to deliver power from your solar array to your charge controller. This video is episode number 20 in a series of videos where I teach you all the basic electrical skills and concepts that you'll need to tackle the next electrical project in your camper. Now, since I've already taught you how to use my wire sizing calculator, how wiring a solar array in series, parallel, or series parallel affects the array voltage and amperage, how to fuse a solar array, and how a charge controller works, I'm just going to be showing you examples of how to size the solar array wiring in this video since we've already covered all of those prerequisite concepts. Now, what wire size should I use when wiring my solar array to my charge controller? So, you should use 10 gauge wire. Great, be sure to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Now in this video, I'm going to show you the technical way to size wire, and then I'm going to show you the easy way that I size solar array wires, and why 10 gauge should actually always be the correct size of wire. So let's get going. So for this first example, I've got 4 100 watt solar panels, each operating at 5 amps, delivered at 20 volts, wired in series. And let's say that it's 20 feet from the array to the charge controller. I'm going to plug all those numbers into my wire sizing calculator, so we have an array amperage of 5 amps, and 80 volts with 40 feet of total wire from the charge controller to the solar array. The wire is not installed in an engine compartment, and there are only 2 wires in this bundle. And 3% voltage drop is totally acceptable for this array, which gives us a wire size recommendation of 16 gauge wire. Now the next example will be for a parallel wired array, and is a little more complicated because the voltage and amperage upstream of the combiner is different than the voltage and amperage downstream of the combiner. But here's how it works. Here we've got 4 100 watt panels, each operating at 5 amps, delivered at 20 volts, wired in parallel. And it's 10 feet from each panel to the combiner, and 10 feet from the combiner to the charge controller. Each of these wires is operating at 5 amps and 20 volts, with 20 total feet of wire connecting each panel to the combiner. Now I would recommend shooting for 3% or less voltage drop for the entire array, which means that I will set this at 1.5% voltage drop for the panel to combiner runs here, and the calculator recommends 16 gauge wire between each panel and the combiner. Now, to calculate the wire size necessary between the combiner and the charge controller, we know that parallel wired arrays get their amperages added together while their voltages remain the same, which means that these wires are delivering 20 amps at 20 volts with 20 total feet of wire from the combiner to the charge controller. So to keep our entire solar array voltage drop below 3%, I'm also going to leave this at 1.5%. So the wire from the combiner to the charge controller would need to be 8 gauge wire to satisfy the 1.5% voltage drop requirement, or the 3% voltage drop total requirement for the entire array. Let's talk about wire size choices for series parallel wired arrays. Same panels before. Each series string is operating at 5 amps and 40 volts with 20 feet of wire from each series string to the MC4 branch combiner, and 1.5% voltage drop gives us a recommended wire size of 16 gauge wire. And from the MC4 branch connector to the charge controller, these wires are delivering 10 amps at 40 volts through 20 feet of wire, which gives us a recommendation of 14 gauge wire. Now, that's the technical way to do it, but is an important concept to know in order to be able to double check your work for what I'm about to show you. So here's my claim. A properly designed camper solar array should always be able to use 10 gauge wire for all of the wires between the array and the charge controller. And here's why. Even if the calculator I showed recommends a smaller wire like 16 gauge, 10 gauge is simply more durable from a physical standpoint. And since it will be installed on the roof out in the elements, having a more durable wire is a good thing. Now this larger than necessary wire size will also cut down on any kind of voltage drop that we may experience, which will help deliver every drop of power from your array to your charge controller. Now, what if the calculator recommends a wire size larger than 10 gauge? Now, if that were the case, I'd be taking a step back and look at how the array is wired. For an MPPT charge controller to really do its job, the array voltage should really be at least 20 volts over the battery bank voltage. Now this higher voltage will also keep the array amperage lower, which will let us use a smaller wire. So I get it, you've packed your roof full with solar panels and you have a huge solar array set up on top of your camper. So how many watts of solar can run on 10 gauge wire? Well, High quality 10 gauge wire with 105 degrees Celsius insulation is rated with a max ampacity of 60 amps. MC4 connectors, on the other hand, have a max ampacity of 30 amps, so we need to keep the array amperage below that. And we can do that by wiring the array in series or series parallel, so the array has a lower amperage and a higher voltage. So with an array amperage of 30 amps, feeding say 250 volts into a big Victron Smart Solar MPPT 250-100, using Watt's law of 30 amps times 250 volts, would actually give us an array wattage of 7,500 watts of solar panels, which is a lot. In fact, that's about 150% the max rated wattage capacity of that Smart Solar MPPT charge controller when paired with a 48 volt battery bank. So the wattage of the array kind of doesn't matter very much when trying to see if we can use 10 gauge wire. And if you have a camper that is utilizing 7,500 watts of solar panels, let me know. I want to see that. So, if you're trying to design a solar array on your own, use the technical methods that I taught you at the earliest part of this video to double check that 10 gauge wire is indeed large enough. And again, if 10 gauge wire isn't large enough, consider reworking your solar array design to have more panels in larger series strings to boost the array voltage and lower the array amperage. Now that we know what wire size to use for wiring a solar array, I'm going to teach you what size of solar panels are best to use in your system, and I'll be covering that in the next video. Now, I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, it'd be awesome if you would share it with somebody or a group who you think could use it. Hit the like button and leave any questions you got or new things you learned in the comment section below. Subscribe if you want to see more DIY camper building tutorials, and I will see you in the next video.